All right, y'all. I had a different video planned for tonight and was preparing to record until this major breaking news just came out. Trump just announced that the US is going to take over the Gaza Strip. After nearly a year and a half of death and destruction, with estimates up to 100,000 Palestinians killed by the Israeli military, the IDF, 90% of those civilian deaths. So people who are not Hamas. 90% were not affiliated with Hamas after a literal genocide that President Biden was more than happy to fund with endless money and weapons. The moment has finally come for the truth to be said out loud, and anyone with a functioning brain knew that this was Israel's plan all along. Step 1, commit a genocide of the Palestinian people under the guise of defeating Hamas. Step 2, scrape up the dead bodies of the thousands of innocent men, women, and children. Step 3, demolish the remaining structures and clean up the mess. Step 4, take over the land to build housing and other economic development opportunities to enrich himself, Trump, and his other billionaire real estate developer friends. Pure f***ing evil. I swear to God. This is cartoon villain shit. Let's watch this video.
I also strongly believe that the Gaza Strip, which has been a symbol of death and destruction for so many decades and so bad for the people anywhere near it, and especially those who live there, and frankly, who's been really very unlucky. It's been very unlucky. It's been an unlucky place for a long time. Being in its presence just has not been good, and it should not go through a process of rebuilding and occupation by the same people that have really stood there and fought for it and lived there and died there and lived a miserable existence there. Instead, we should go to other countries of interest with humanitarian hearts, and there are many of them that want to do this, and build various domains that will ultimately be occupied by the 1.8 million Palestinians living in Gaza, ending the death and destruction and, frankly, bad luck. This can be paid for by neighboring countries of great wealth. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 12. It could be numerous sites, or it could be one large site. But the people will be able to live in comfort and peace. And
that's a complete bullshit lie. So let me get this straight. You kill nearly 100,000 Palestinian civilians. Then you force the remaining millions to flee their homes, flee their communities. And then the places that you send them, you bomb those, kill more. Then you're going to dump off the remaining refugees to the bordering nations and ask them to take in all of the refugees and to pay the billions and upon billions of dollars that it will take to rehouse and to resituate all of these people. That's the plan? Just like you promised that you were going to build a wall on the southern border of the US and have the Mexican government pay for it? How well did that work out? Who paid for that? And how much was built? What, 5 or 6 miles or something like that? And who paid for that? Not Mexico. So we expect to believe this bullshit? I literally cannot. I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
We'll make sure something really spectacular is done. They're going to have peace. They're not going to be shot at and killed and destroyed like this civilization of wonderful people has had to endure. The only reason the Palestinians want to go back to Gaza is they have no alternative.
Ugh.
It's right now a demolition site. This is just a demolition site. Virtually every building is down. They're living under fallen concrete that's very dangerous and very precarious.
Yeah, and the genocidal maniac that is standing next to you is to blame for that.
They instead can occupy all of a beautiful area with homes and safety, and they can live out their lives in peace and harmony instead of having to go back and do it again. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too.
We'll do a job with it.
And be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
This is some comic book villain level shit. Like Thanos level shit.
Hopeful that this ceasefire could be the beginning of a larger and more enduring peace that will end the bloodshed and killing once and for all. With the same goal in mind, my administration has been moving quickly to restore trust in the alliance and rebuild American strength throughout the region. And we've really done that. We're a respected nation again. A lot's happened in the last couple of weeks. We are actually a very respected nation again.
I don't know why, but when I look at Benjamin Netanyahu, all I see is a cartoon villain. Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. Just plotting evil shit. So far in his first 2 weeks, Trump has done terrible executive order after terrible executive order, and we haven't seen a glimpse of resistance from the Democrats. The best the Democrats are doing right now is taking to Twitter and saying what effectively is, Trump is bad, he's doing bad things, and getting like 100 retweets. I wish I had more to say. I do. But all I can think of is just how plain evil this is. If the media doesn't rip him to shreds for this, and if the Democrats don't fiercely resist, then there's nothing that Trump won't get away with. There will be nothing he can't and won't do.